Bonjour! Today I tweaked one of the most popular recipes we offer at my cafe, the creamy dill Zughetti, to increase even more the amino acids and cofactor your body needs to naturally produce collagen. Raw food is so perfect for experimentation. You can truly be your own chemist in the kitchen. What you make is what you get. Look at this beautiful plate of creamy dill Zughetti, made with a vibrant mix of fresh zucchini noodles, colorful vitamin C-rich veggies, and a sprouted chickpea and almond-based creamy dill sauce that provides the perfect plant-based amino acids. Eat your medicine, save your money, enjoy every bite. Ready to see how easily you can customize a dish to boost a desired health benefit? First, we'll start by prepping our noodles. Has it ever happened to you? You make a beautiful raw zucchini dish, add your delicious creamy sauce, and 5 minutes later it's sitting in a puddle of watery mess? Zucchini is 95% water. Today I'm showing you the exact technique to prep your zucchini so it stays crisp without losing those valuable water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C and B complex. You might have heard of those common methods to reduce that unwanted zucchini water. Well, let's break them down. The sweat method, slice, salt and rinse, and then the quick blanching method, boil, shock in ice water and pat dry. Here's the problem. Both of these methods wash away those precious water-soluble vitamins. And the high heat method, cut and toss quickly in a hot skillet. But remember, the less heat, the more nutrients you keep. So, ready to learn my method that keeps the crunch and the nutrients intact. So my method is simple. It's just that you prepare your noodles ahead of time, and then they have time to release the water that is absorbed in a paper towel. Simple as that. Not exposed to any heat, not losing any of those vitamins that you need as cofactors, right? To actually synthesize the collagen. So you need those. You don't want to lose those. Okay? So let's start. I'll take this one here to do the zucchini noodles. I'm using a Lagostina spiralizer, and let's put it in. So first we'll take the measurement so it can fit in. There we go, there we go, and we make the noodles. Simple, isn't it? It's the fastest way to make noodles. It's great that you keep the peel, lots of nutrients in the peel. You have a dish with a glass dish. I always like to, well, you can use plastic if you like, but if you have glass, I prefer a cloth that will collect the water and a paper towel so the zucchini won't get stuck to the fabric. There you are. So you leave it in that dish. I mean, if you do it the day of, like, 2 hours, for sure, overnight, even better. So you have that ready. Then next, we need to do the noodles like the lasagna noodles. So you set your mandolin so that the slices will be as thin as possible. And then, I don't use a guard, but go ahead. If you like to use a guard, please do. And the first one usually sticks, but then after that it's easy. There, let's see. So we need to have those noodles because we'll be rolling them so they are like ribbon. You see? 1, 2, and 3. Put another layer on top here, another 1, 2, and 3. So our noodles are ready. And I want to show you as well that, let's say you don't have a mandolin, you don't have a spiralizer, you can use a peeler like that. And to do the lasagna-like noodles, you would start here at the top, and then press down and do your lasagna-like noodles. And let's say, you don't have a spiralizer. Well, when you have an angle on the zucchini like this, you can do your pasta like this, and then that gives you pasta like the linguine. You could also use a julienne peeler. And then you have pasta. So you can do it this way. So there's nothing to stop you. Now let's do the next step. As usual, you'll have the recipe, and at the back you have the information as to how I basically tweak the recipe so that we will have more of the ingredients that produce the amino acids and also the cofactors for our body to synthesize our own indigenous collagen. And sprouted chickpeas were not in the original recipe. The sprouted quinoa wasn't either. So keep sprouted chickpeas, quinoa, and almonds. What it does is it provides those amino acids. So those are there for that, all the three together. And of course, as you know, the quinoa is a complete protein. So we also want to have enough protein when we eat that dish. And the portion I'll be making will give you 27 grams of protein. And then for the butternut squash, the bell pepper that's in the recipe, the lemon juice, and then the zucchini as well, you get the cofactors. The amino acids without the cofactor, the synthesis of the collagen will not happen. So you need to have that. That's why too, the recipe now is designed to have it all. Second step is to steam the chickpeas and the quinoa. Quinoa, you can soak it overnight, it will sprout. So if you want sprouted chickpeas in that recipe, you would have to think ahead, 3 days ahead. So what I do is I sprout and I dehydrate them. They are shelf stable, but they're always ready for me to use at just moment's notice, basically. So you soak them for 2-3 hours or overnight, then your chickpeas reabsorb that water. Then you can steam them. If you don't have sprouted chickpeas, you have to soak your chickpeas overnight and rinse them very, very well. They'll then be activated though. So you would have to cook them. The steaming won't work on activated. You really have to cook them. 40-gram chickpeas. I'll just put all the chickpeas because really they are perfect. Perfect to add to a salad, to a soup. You know, you can do dressings with it. So why not? I'll just put it all. For the second layer of the bamboo steamer, I'm putting now the quinoa. And the quinoa, same thing. I'll just put it all in here. I will need 50 grams in the recipe. Quinoa, excellent again to add just at about anything, really. It's such a healthy way of getting your complete protein. And then, so I have my water boiling, putting this on top, 10 minutes. While this is steaming, we do the julienne butternut squash. There is a link in the video to show you how to peel the squash, which could be a little tricky, and the julienne peeler, as I just showed you earlier. That julienne peeler, you'll have the link in the description below that brings you to my Amazon store. This is simply to see the tools that I'm using. Then you can see in your area if you can find it at a local merchant. Support your local businesses. And with that peeler, you can easily do those julienne butternut squash. Delicious and again full of vitamin C. That's your cofactor. The next one is we'll do I call them the confetti pepper because I cut them small in little dice like this. But you prepare this while this is steaming. So now we just have to wait that this is ready. Then we continue with the sauce. See you in a bit. And it's ready. And the quinoa is ready. Have a look. And the chickpeas. So now the next step, we will make the creamy sauce. We use our blender jar, put it on our scale, zero the scale, 40 grams of the chickpeas. 45 grams water, we have 40 grams chickpeas, so that brings us to 85. Sprouted almonds, we add 30, so we are at 115. Lemon juice, 25 grams, 140. Celery, 10 grams, 150. Onion, 10 grams as well, 160. Chickpea miso, 4 grams. Garlic, 2 grams. Put it on the side. Excellent. Pepper, 2 turns, and the sea moss. It has actually all amino acids and cofactors for the collagen. So it is a collagen booster. And we blend. Excellent. So the sauce has to be not too runny because we will spread some of that dill cream sauce on the noodles. If it's too runny, it will just fall off. Let's see what we have. And if when you make it, if for whatever reason it's too thick, then add a little bit of water, like really maybe a teaspoon at a time and mix it. Or if it's too runny, then add a bit more of the almonds or the chickpea. But again, do it very, very gradually. So my texture is, I'm just gonna add a little bit of water. And then you can see the process here. So you see it's creamier, but it's not too runny, so that's perfect. Now we add 2 teaspoons of the dill, and it's dry dill weed. You could add fresh. We need 2 tablespoons, if not more, of the fresh. So now the next part, we put the plate on top. Why? I know that if I put 100 grams of that sauce, I will have enough after that with the noodles that are like the lasagna noodles. Now you might wonder, why am I putting the sauce at the bottom? Because when I do a dish, I like to show the colors, so the colors pop. If I cover it with sauce, it doesn't pop anymore. The next step, now we add the quinoa, 50 grams. So I'm adding 50 grams because that's part of getting your 27 grams of protein, as well as what you see, the breakdown. You have that on the other page. It shows you the breakdown of the nutrients in that recipe. So all the quantity that I'm using, they account for that result. Now the next step, take our pasta and add it on top. And I will add 200 grams of pasta. It's a question of layering and having the color. 30 grams of the butternut squash. And we add the hemp hearts, sprouts on top. We eat with our eyes, don't we? The flat noodles, and I need 5 of them. So now we take our cream here and put some on each noodle. And we roll. I use a serrated knife to cut them in half, because if you use a regular knife, unless it's sharp like a razor, when you press on the roll, the sauce might just, come out at each end. And then you place them on your dish. I like to have them in group of 3. And now the finishing touch for the color, those little confetti peppers, vitamin C. There you are. You have your collagen booster. Your body has the ingredients now to make it. Let me have a bite. Oh, it's perfect. So I invite you to do that for yourself. And I will see you in the next video. Remember, please subscribe, leave a comment, share. Greatly, greatly appreciated. And I love to read all your comments. It's awesome to hear what you have to say. See you in the next one. Love food that loves you back.